Alright, in this video series, I'm going to be modeling my version of a Star Wars Imperial crate. And this is what it should roughly come out looking like. Alright, so this is not exactly how it probably is in the movies, but this is what I've come up with. So, yeah, let's get started here. Okay, so I am going to get rid of the camera and the light. And we're going to look from the front. I've got the default cube here. I'm going to go into edit mode and I'm going to press SX to scale in the X. And I'm going to pull it out like that. Okay, good. 2 for edge selection, Shift Alt, actually just hold Shift and click those edges. And we're going to bevel them, Control B and pull like that. And I'm going to roll my mouse up 1, 2, 3. So I get a total of 5 edges there. Nice and round. Deselect, Shift Alt and click there, Shift Alt and click there, top and bottom, Control B, same kind of thing. Nice big round bevel like that. All right, and we're done. All right, let's see, what are we going to do next? So we've got the basic crate shape. All right, now we're going to do these things. I'll probably have to come back to this image so I can remember how many of these there are. So I want 5 in the front, and I want 3 on the side, and I want 3 on the side. So, okay, so you probably think, oh, I'm going to lay down an edge loop. Control R. It doesn't go all the way through, does it? That's because of what we just did. Well, we'll just turn around to the back side and drop another edge loop right in the middle. Press 1 for vertex selection and select this one, and press J and come to the bottom, this one and this one. Press J and press 1 to look from the front, and now we have our edge. 2 for edge selection, Shift Alt and click that, and we're going to bevel that. Control B, that'll split it. And I do want 5, and I'm going to pull it relatively far out to maybe about there, because I'm going to be widening these. So I've got that done, and now I got to do the side. Control R, doesn't go all the way through, so just drop it in the middle. Same thing there. 1 for vertex selection and select those 2, and press J, not F. J if we want to cut through, and on the bottom that one and J, and now we can press Control 3 to look from the side, 2 for edge selection, Shift Alt and click. So we got that, and I want 3 here. Control B, pull, and I'm going to roll back so I have 3, something like that. Okay, and we need 3 more, and these ones will go all the way through. So 1, 2, 3, like that. And we have what we need. All right, so we're now going to select them, Shift Alt and click, 2, 3, 4, and the 5th one. We need these 3, so I'm holding Shift and Alt. We will get these faces, don't worry about that. And this one, and this one we're going to need. Okay, so I'm going to take that, and what we're going to do is we're going to bevel this again. I could separate it, but we'll bevel it here. Control B, pull. I just want 2 like that. And I'm looking to make sure that my edges don't cross like that. It won't really matter because we're going to separate this. I just wanted to make sure it didn't hit that one. So we've got that. Okay, so I'm going to Shift D to duplicate that and P to break it out. Go back into object mode. So this is right here. All that stuff. We're going to work with that in a second. And then we have our cube. Let's just focus back on our cube and come back in here and now clean it up. I can get rid of all of these edges that we put in. So this is going to take me a minute. I'm holding Shift and Alt. So I get those ones, X, dissolve edges. These ones here, dissolve edges, and the ones here. Oops. Those 2, and those 2. Okay, and we are back to where we were. Okay, slash key to bring that back. We're going to take this, let's just focus on, not that, on these things first of all. And let's come in here and let's actually drop an edge loop right in the middle of this. That'll be the center of the cube or the center of these. And that way, my 3D cursor is right there anyhow. I can go to wireframe and vertex selection. I can select these, get rid of them, and then we can add a mirror, turn on clipping, And back in the solid view, we can just do half of it. And let's select these faces and get rid of them. And these ones. These ones over here. These ones on the back. And these ones on the bottom. Okay, so we have this big cage. Now we need to figure out which ones we need and don't need. So as you can see, they don't go across the front, the 3 in the front or the 3 in the back. So let's select those ones and just delete faces. Let's do it on the back as well. So we get rid of those. Okay, what else? On the top, there's just the 1 here, and then there's nothing in 2 spaces. So there's nothing in 2 spaces. So if we get rid of that, and I think we need to get rid of those. Let me just make sure. Okay, just the 1. So I'll do that on the bottom as well. Those 2, and I guess all 3 of these. I know we're never going to see the bottom. And over on the side, these 3 come right to the first thing that comes down, then there's nothing in between. So in other words, these 6 ones, I was going to say 4, 6 ones are going to go. I think that's right. If there's anything wrong, we can always fix it up. So let's go ahead now and apply that mirror. And I'll get rid of that. X, dissolve edges. And let's come back. So those are still adhering pretty much. So we're going to come into those and we're going to press Alt-S and push. And really it's a good idea to be sort of on the side to see how far it's come out, but I think that's fine. We could always go a little bit more if we wanted, Alt-S. Okay, with that done, just before I go on, I just want to make sure that all my faces are facing the right way. It's all blue on the outside. We're not worried about the inside. So, okay, so with that there, let's press E, Alt-S, and pull until it makes contact. It goes in. And then X, faces, delete all those inside faces. So all the inside faces are gone. Okay, good. All right, so on this here, we're going to add a bevel. And we're going to bring that up to 2. And this is 0.01, at least for my size. And I will shade smooth that. For now, I'm going to add a weighted normal and normal's auto smooth to this. But we'll be doing some other stuff in a bit. So that's how that looks. Looks good. Now we also need we need 3, 1, 2, 3 indents that go all the way around the main crate. So what I want to do is I'm going to select this and I'm going to just roll my mouse up so I have 3. But they're underneath these bars, and so I'm going to SZ, scale in the Z, just pull them so I can start to see them like that. And then I'm going to Control B, pull, and I want just 2. And not too big, not too small, maybe something like that. E, Alt-S, and pull them in. Deselect, slash key to focus just on the crate. And let's come in here and in 2 edge selections, Shift Alt and click this edge, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And just turn so you can see it. Control B to bevel, pull, that's 2. I want one more, 3. And I think I'll also drop an edge loop, Control R right in the middle of each of these, like that, and then Shift Alt and click, and then bevel again, but this time just with 2. Roll back to 2, just to push it up like that. There we go. Slash key to bring that back. All right, so this is what it's looking like. So far, so good. Okay, we're going to add some detail on the front and the back and the sides next. So just looking from the front, 3D cursor's right in the middle, Shift A, mesh plane, rotate X 90, and it's gone. So let's move it out in front. I'm going to scale it. And what I'm looking for is I just kind of want it in the middle here. And I'm going to scale in the X just until it goes past this bar, something like that. And we'll try that. I'll just pull it back a bit. And let's see how that works for us. Press 1 for vertex selection, and then Shift Control B, and we'll bevel those vertices. Pull them apart. There's 2. Roll up, so there's 3, like that. A to select it all. I to inset. Hold Shift to move slower. Pull it in till you have a little border like this. Don't pull it in so that they cross over. Just something like that. X faces, get rid of that. A to select it. Okay, we have like a little frame. So now we're going to extrude back. A good ways. We'll be pushing this in, but a good ways, and then X faces to delete those faces. And then 2 for edge selection. Shift Alt and click. Shift Alt and click. And let's bevel these with 3, as much as you decide that you want to. And then let's take this and push it in. I just want to make sure that it's under these bars. Like that. Now, I think I may need to pull it back. Let's just double check this. Well, it does seem to go underneath those, okay? All right, we can stick with that. Okay. All right, I'll take this and I'll shade smooth. And let's just double check. Yeah, okay, we have some stuff flipped. Okay, so I'm going into all of it. Alt-N, recalculate outside, and we are back in business. Okay, take this and set the origin to the 3D cursor, which I think it's already there. And we're going to mirror this to the back there. So it's also on there. Like I say, we're never going to see the back, however, but it is there. And I just think I'm going to push it in a little bit more, however, just like that. Okay. Yeah, so good enough. So let's take this now, look from the top, Shift D and rotate 90, like that, and then get rid of the mirror. And then I'm just going to take this one, pull it off. We're going to start working on the side one. Or I'll just pull it right in front. Control 3 to look from the side. I want this inside here. I want it smaller, almost more like a square. But I don't want to just scale it because that'll change the curve. So I just go SY. It really, see, you get really thin on the sides and thick on the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Control R to drop an edge loop right in the middle on both of these sides. Go into wireframe 1, and I'm going to delete those vertices. And now I can mirror this to the other side. I'll turn on clipping, go back into solid view. All right, you see what we got there. Actually, I want to be in wireframe. Box select here. Now go back into solid. And then I can just pull this in, and it doesn't lose its curvature or anything like that. So I'm going to do something like that. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to push it in and just get a good feel. Now, this one has to have something in front of this area, so I don't want to push it in too much. We'll see what that's like. I'll mirror it in a second, but what I want to do is I want to just slash key to focus on that. I'm going to apply the mirror, so I'm happy with that, and whatever side you want to look at. I want to just grab that edge and go X, dissolve edges. I know I don't need it, so okay, that's the back side anyhow. What I do want is to Shift Alt and click that edge, Shift D to duplicate, pull it out, P to break it out for now anyhow. Take that and F to make a face and then just pull it back in, but not too far. Now that might be flipped. It is. So that thing, we're going to go Alt F, flip. And I just want to come back and look. Yeah, I see, I wanted this piece in front of this. So I'm actually happy with that. So I'm going to take those two and join them. And we'll mirror that in a moment. Now I want to put a design on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that plane. Shift S, cursor selected. Bring my 3D cursor there. It's a little bit easier. Control 3 to look from the side and bring in a plane. I'm going to rotate Y 90. Pull it out in front. Control 3. Drop an edge loop in there and select that face and just get rid of it and just work on this. So it's going to be under this. No, it's not. It's going to be between this bar and this bar on both sides. So keep doing that. So I'm going to select this edge here, drag it in so there's a little bit of space, and I think I'm actually going to scale it down a little bit. Take this edge, pull it in, And then I'm going to scale this so that we get this sort of triangle-like thing. All right, I just want there to be a little bit of space in there. So let's go with that again, and then one for vertex selection, and we're going to bevel. Shift Control B and pull, and I want 3, and I want to round this kind of nicely, especially up here. Okay, so I wanted to do that, and then I'm going to extrude back a little bit, not too much. X faces, get rid of those faces. 3 for face selection and select there, and Control B to bevel, and I'll do it with 3, just a small bevel to fix that up. And I'm just going to push that on. Very simple, but that's what I'm going to go for, and just sort of get in a position that that I like. And let's have a look at this. Probably flipped. Nope, not flipped. Okay, good. We'll take this, and I'm going to mirror that over to the other side. And that's going to be what's on the side. I hope it's not too big. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to take that and that, and I'm going to Control J. No, I'm not. I'm going to apply that mirror first, and then I'm going to join it. Okay, so is this all one big piece? Yes. All right, so my 3D cursor is still back there, so I should be able to mirror that over to here. And that's okay. And I think unless there's a change I need to make, I can always do that. I'm going to go ahead and apply that mirror. Okay, I like to come in here and merge by distance just in case. And so far, everybody's good, right? Yes, everybody's good. The next thing I'm going to do is a little design on the top. All right, so I think I will take the cube and Shift-S, cursor selected, and bring in we're going to bring in a circle. There's a couple of ways to do what I'm about to do. I'm going to try this with 12 vertices. Pull that up, look down from the top, and I'm going to scale it down. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to make a sort of a thing with recessed sort of like cylinders. I'm not explaining this very well. You can't see it very well, but these little insets, almost like a vent or something like that. So, and I want them circular, and I want them small. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to get rid of those vertices so I have like half a circle here. I'm going to Shift D to duplicate, pull this out, and I'm going to rotate 180. And I'm going to take this and this, and F to make a face, this and this, F to make a face. So I've got that. Now, I'm going to want 6 of these arrayed, and so I'm actually going to make it smaller. And then I'm just going to grab these, and I'm going to pull them out, not quite to the end. And we're sort of eyeballing it. Okay, something like that for the moment. Okay. Where is it? Okay, there it is there. Let's just focus on that itself. Okay, I'm going to press E and S and come out. I might press S and Y a little bit just to spread them out. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the first one and then hold Control and select that and SX0 to straighten it out. Select this one and then Control SX0 to straighten it out. Okay, now I'm going back here. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to pull it down. We're not done yet with it, but we're getting somewhere. Now this is going to go pretty close to the surface, but let's just start with that. And let's add the array modifier. We're going to go -1 in the Y and 0 in the X. I'll turn on merge. And I want 6 of these, so we'll just start getting what we need. Okay, so let's see if I pull that out. The other thing that I would like is I would like it to end up around this bar, either the end of the bar or somewhere in the middle, and that's actually not bad. So I'm just going to look down here, and I think what I'll do is take these vertices and just pull them under. Hopefully I'm not going to get too much stretch in these ones. And I've got my circles. Let's give that a try. So let's do this. Shift Alt and click this edge, and E to extrude, pull it down. And I'm going to bring this down further so that we kind of just hit the surface. Now, is that too low or do I like it? I might decide that I'm going to come up a little bit more, grab this edge, and pull that down the rest of the way, like that. Now, we can take this, we can try a shade smooth. Actually, it's not going to look that good yet. Let's do this. Let's apply the array, merge by distance, and let's see, do I want a bevel on this? Will a bevel work better than what I want here? Okay, I'm going to Alt-N, recalculate outside. I don't think I'm going to go for the bevel. Actually, I'll see. Let me do 2 and make it much smaller. Okay, that wasn't enough. So I think I may be beveling this by hand. Now, I can merge these vertices, and I was thinking about that, but I'm going to try this way without doing that. So let's just focus on that. Let's just try doing it this way and see. Shift Alt and click, and just bevel it by hand without merging a bunch of vertices. So let's see. Just a small bevel to catch a bit of light. Shade smooth, weighted normal, normal's auto smooth, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll put a bevel on anyhow just to tighten it up a bit more. Slash key, and I'm going to come over here and I want to close up the end, so I'm going to just select that edge, right, just this edge, and I'm going to extrude that down so that ends it there. Okay, and that's basically what I wanted to do. You know what I might do? Can I just bring it to there so it touches? Okay, so let's try mirroring this in the X and in the Y. Cool. And it goes there. And let's just double check this. Oh, you're red. Of course you are. Good. All right. We're going to do one more thing, and then we're going to call it quits for this video. We're about halfway done. Yeah, I want to scale this so that it's approximately the size of this. I got to tell you the truth, this is bothering me a little bit because of the thickness here versus here, so I think we need to do a little bit of work here. And what I'm going to do is, if I just pull it, will I introduce any main stretch to it? I think I'm going to like that better. And so I may want to do that to the other side as well. Just grabbing this edge and just giving it a little bit of a pull, and then taking this whole thing and pushing it back into the wall. I just think it's going to look a little nicer. Yeah, okay. All right, small fix there. All right, so what I want is I want to scale this so that the edge is roughly the same as this edge. Take this and I'm going to pull that in about halfway, S to scale. It's kind of mimicking this one here. Okay, but this one's going to be a little shorter like that. And this is going to come down. This edge is going to get pushed in, so we won't actually have anything there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to extrude down, X faces, get rid of that face. This is going to go on the surface. So what I need to do, let's just focus on that, is get rid of this back edge here. And then bevel just these two. These are the only ones that are going to stick out. So we'll grab those, Control B, pull, I want just 3. Shift Alt and click there, just bevel the top as well. Slash key. And I want this to seem kind of thin, so I'm just going to push it down a little bit more and just make sure that it is embedded there, so we have that kind of a thing. And I'm going to, okay, let me just think here. No, I guess that's got a double mirror there. Really can start applying some of these things. Actually, let's do this. Let's not do this. Let's get rid of that one. Let's apply that mirror. Take this and this, join it, and we'll set up a mirror for the other side as well. So we have that. And then I want to have some bolts on this. I don't think the original actually did, but I'm going to use that 12-sided circle again. It's like I'm using a lot of vertices and then I'm using less than would look good, so there's no rhyme or reason really. Okay. Have to make face. Just put period key to focus on that. Extrude it down. Get rid of the back. And Control B. I'll go with 3. And we'll shade smooth. I'll just recalculate outside just for the heck of it. Let's push that down to there maybe. And I'll scale it a bit more. Let me just find the spot I want there. I'm going to scale it in the Z. I just want it a little bit bigger so I can make sure that it makes contact there. And for me, I'm just going to duplicate this down and sort of do it by eye like that. I'm going to take those and I'm going to Control J to join them. All right, and now sort of flatten out a bit based on the whatever modifiers are on here, but that's good enough. Let's save that. Let's double check this. There you go, you see? All right, and this is what we have so far. Let's turn on the shadow. Okay, so there is some more detail to put on this box, so we're going to do that in the next video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you come by for the next video. See you soon.